Did you know that a 3D printer can help your spares and maintenance department? Ian here is going to tell us how.
Thanks, Joe. So it's fair to say that all the 3D printers we sell end up doing some sort of internal maintenance, whether it be that hard to find dial for that old grinder that's sat in the corner that you can't get parts for, or whether it's on the scale of a huge car plant like today that justify printers just for the maintenance team. It's very interesting looking at one-off or two-offs of parts. So we're actually going to see a time in the world when most maintenance departments have some sort of 3D printing, which is going to be a big way to go. And the printers are going to be connected up to the inventory. So when you print a part, and it'll put it into stock. When you take it out of stock, it'll reprint the part for you. So you're never going to be out of spare parts in your maintenance.
It's clever. So it's probably a lot of people are buying them for other things, end-use parts or jigs, fixtures, whatever it may be. Yeah. And then they just kind of stumble across this problem.
Yeah. The keeping the plant running. If this car plant, and I can't tell you who it is, but if this car plant stopped, it's £60,000 a minute, they think. And to justify that, you've got a justification at a click of the fingers. It's just amazing, really.
Less than 2 minutes downtime, I guess.
Less than 2 minutes downtime, and you're done. When you start to think about the areas here, there's all sorts of brackets and cable carrying devices on the robots. There's copper on the end of these robots where they're doing welding. So there's all sorts of complicated copper pieces. Now, the nightmare would be that you go out to your supplier and they don't have one, and they're on 2 to 3 week lead time. So that's why people revert to making it themselves.
For sure. And maybe there's an element of pick and place in robots, robot grippers, things like this.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the customers we've got in Germany, a company called Meyer Kivert, they bought a lot of these printers, and that wasn't to do plant maintenance. That was to make spare parts for their machines in the field. And they've got these things. I think they've got about 8 in total now that are just printing out parts to support their machines out there for customers.
It's incredible. It's not what I would have necessarily gone to as my first reason to buy a 3D printer, but it's definitely worth thinking about, isn't it?
Yes, it's one of the other things that we're starting to see now. We're working with a number of people in the food and beverage industry, and what actually is happening is on their conveyor systems, they're getting charged a lot for spares. So they're reverse engineering things now and saying, well, we don't have to buy these. We're not spending £300 on that gear when we can print it for 10. So they're buying scanners, they're reverse engineering, and they're keeping the plant running. We've actually managed to print some bearings, sealed bearings, and the life of them's gone up because there's no contaminants getting in. So we've wrapped Onyx around a roller bearing and put it on a conveyor system. It's amazing.
So there's an element of reverse engineering, but you might actually make the product better.
You could do, couldn't you? You could quite easily make the product better in the way you've been doing it. But yes, modern factories these days are full of things for 3D printers.
Yeah, it's been an education. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching at home.